Good morning, I'm Sergeant Tornabene from the Niles Police Department, and I wanted to talk to everybody about Pokemon Go. This is that virtual alternate reality game that is sweeping the nation right now and the world. It came out about a week and a half ago, and everybody is just amazed at the walking around that they're doing with Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go is one of these games for those that played Pokemon on their Nintendo or on their Xbox. Has fun, but now they've taken it to a new level where they're actually out there walking around in the neighborhood and they're getting exercise. So one of the things that with Pokemon Go that is so much fun is that they actually get out and they physically walk around, and they're using a mapping program like Google Maps or Maps from Apple, and they're walking around, they're looking for actual Pokemon, and you can do it via a regular looking map, or you can do it during like a real world map, so you can actually see where the Pokemon are at. They could be in your room, they could be at a business, they can be in a park, so they can basically be anywhere. So there's a couple things we wanted parents to be aware of. So first of all, with the Pokemon Go game, you could be at a sensitive location, such as like a wake or a funeral or in an office, or in a school setting, and there could be Pokemon inside those locations, and the kids could be trying to get those Pokemon. So it might be worth a conversation to have with them to remind them about being sensitive and keeping that from occurring at those types of family events or functions or activities where that wouldn't be appropriate to do. Also with Pokemon Go, as you can see, I downloaded the app, and it allows you to do all kinds of fun stuff. I did find out that we have 3 at the police department here, so you don't need to come inside the police department. There have been reports about people walking in and out of different police stations across the country trying to capture Pokemon. You only need to be about 100 feet within that range to get them, so you can get them right from the corner or while you're walking down the sidewalk or at the front door without having to come into the police department. So if you're wondering people who's wandering around with their phones out and they're just staring at their phone, that's probably a kid or a young adult playing Pokemon Go. So Pokemon Go, they have to pick up Pokemon. They have to stop at Poke Gyms or to battle, or they have to go to Pokestops to pick up more Pokeballs, and I'll tell you, this is all new stuff to me. But there are some safety concerns that we wanted to make parents aware of. So number one, there are 2 incidents that were real noteworthy. One was an incident in Missouri where a group of teenagers had set up a beacon. This was to lure teenagers to show up to this location, and they robbed them of either their phones or their valuables or cash that they were carrying on them. Those youths were arrested and charged. There was another incident in Wyoming where a teenage girl was looking for a Pokemon underneath a bridge, and she came across a deceased person underneath the bridge. Traumatic and difficult to deal with, absolutely. So things that you want to make your children aware of, or your teens to be aware of, is that if they're playing this game, is number one, they shouldn't be playing it alone. They should always have somebody with them, because they are going to be walking a big distance. My son walked 18 miles in about 3 days. So believe me, I'm speaking from a parent's perspective. Absolutely, they're going to be walking. So from a perspective of being safe, they need to be hydrated. So make sure they have a backpack with some water. Make sure that when they're walking, they're paying attention to their surroundings. Number one, if they're staring at their phones, they're not looking up to see where they're at. They could walk into traffic. They could trip over an object in the roadway. They could walk right into a pole. There's some anecdotal stuff out there. There was a story of a teen that was driving and drove off the road trying to capture a pack of Pokemon while he was driving. So be careful with that. Also, make sure that, because the phone is out and that phone is valuable, that teens need to be paying attention to what's around them. There is a way to set up a Pokemon that it runs in the background, Pokemon Go with them, and it runs in the background, and it will vibrate or beep when you're close to a Pokemon, so you won't need to necessarily be pulling it out and having it out until you're ready to capture that Pokemon. So be prepared for this, to talk to your teens and your preteens and your young adults about playing the game, and to play it safely. Have fun. It was meant to be fun, but there's always that, with anything in this world, there are always those people that want to take advantage of those that are doing that. So have a safe time. We'll be putting more of these types of videos out. Enjoy the game. If you'd like to get in touch with us, you can get us on Facebook at Niles PDIL, or you can contact us through our Twitter account at Niles PDIL as well, or on our Instagram at Niles Police. So enjoy it, have a safe day, and be safe.